Okay, we're live, guys. Welcome to Duncan and Friends, episode 4. We have a guest today. His name is Ryan Bannigan.
Here I am. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Pretty hyped.
Really appreciate it.
Fucking hyped.
I've been preparing for this moment for a couple minutes now. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, man. It's it's definitely not a I've waited my whole life for this, but it's definitely like I looked forward to this today. You know?
Yeah. I'd say you're right.
Fuck yeah.
That's correct.
I like it. We are testing out video, so we might use it, we might not. But we're trying out video, guys. I'm pretty hyped.
Oh, I forgot about
We're
that.
gonna see.
There it is.
This is crazy.
Okay, but here's the thing. When the video's on, you just got to make sure that you act as if the video's not, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You got to be chill. Vibey.
Oh, sorry.
Is that it? Morning people or night people? Let's go through.
You can go. Mark, you can go first.
I love early morning, and by that I mean like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. So I guess I'm a late night person.
Yeah, I think I think that's considered a late night person. Why?
I work in a club where we have to go late,
that
and then
makes
during the week it just follows suit. And I'm very creative at night. Like I was actually producing today in my dark room, and I felt like it was night. I felt more creative. Let's dive in.
So, you think you wouldn't be as creative like out here during the day, even if it's the same time of day because of the atmosphere?
Yeah, sometimes I come out here and it's sunny, but like in my room I know the speakers more, so I can just like really go for the sound.
Right. Okay, so it's not necessarily the like how much light is in the room, or is more is just the equipment you have.
Sometimes I go to Starbucks with headphones and
okay.
produce. It really just depends on like what I'm trying to do and like what the song. If I'm trying to like create something from scratch, probably my room.
Okay.
Or mix something in between. I can probably be anywhere.
Yeah. Nice.
Versatile. What about you, Mr. Bannigan?
I guess I would consider myself like both. I like to get up in the morning and I'm generally pretty productive in the morning, but I think I'm more creative at night, like Mark said. But I can get a lot of administrative stuff done in the morning, sending emails, going to the gym,
All of that
prepping
clerical
food for the
stuff.
day. Yeah, just trying to get all that like boring shit out of the way in the morning.
I feel that. So before we go any further, for anyone who doesn't know who you are, let's kind of give everyone a brief overview of who Mr. Ryan Bannigan is and what he's doing right now.
All right, Mr. Ryan Bannigan. I don't like that title. Just
Sir?
like
Ryan
Rye Dog, Sloop would be
Gotcha.
An acceptable title that you could use at any point during this podcast. Bananigan. Bananagrin.
Begin again. Begin again.
Begin again?
Yeah, I tried.
Began again. Ryan began again.
Yeah, I began again.
That's fantastic.
Okay. I am a 25-year-old drummer and music business hopeful philanthropist, small business owner.
Dig it.
That's who is also allergic to cats. That's my title.
See? I like it.
Oh.
No, I love cats. That's the problem. I feel like they sense the allergy in me. Mm-hmm. And they view that as fear, and then therefore they come up and just rub themselves all over me.
Man, life is fucked up.
You're gonna have to hold Duncan and be his friend for a second.
That's the problem, though. I like cats and I like petting them and everything, but then it's just like get hives everywhere.
Wouldn't it be crazy if like every time like you were like if someone had an allergy where every time you were near a cat or a dog you just vomited like uncontrollably?
Yeah, that'd be
crazy. Mark's phone's blowing up.
Yeah, I got feedback on Lonely. Just
good.
Yeah,
Lonely?
It was good.
What?
It's a song.
The new song.
Oh, your new song?
Called
Dropping
Lonely.
some shit soon.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Crushing.
Might have to fucking give everybody in the podcast a little taste of that at some point.
Maybe.
We might give him a preview.
Like, just
like play it now.
like no, like what you should do is you should put it on the podcast, but then speed it up like 30,000%. So it's only actually like a second long.
I like that.
And you show them, yeah, it's like, hey, here's the whole song.
Like, guys.
And that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
In that second, they'd be like, "That was good."
That was dope.
Yeah.
I really liked that frequency that I just heard. It was pretty fucking
Man,
crazy.
I took that all in. That was fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I get the both thing with so back kind of circling back around back to whether we're morning or night people. But see, my problem is like I'm much more creative during the day only because if like 9 o'clock hits and I'm like writing, I'm probably getting fucked up too, and like it's not
9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, but like if I wake up at 5 and like I'm creating at noon, I'm like okay cool because like I feel like I get the most done and I have the most output between like 7 a.m. and 2 p.m.
Okay. Maybe it's just the fact that you're getting fucked up at night.
That's what I think.
Creative.
Yeah, but I also get really tired. But that also could, I don't know.
Because you're waking up early.
Yeah.
So if you just like moved everything up a little bit, it'd be the same.
Yeah.
I start to
It's
get
just
so
where you are.
sad if I wake up late though. Like I'm like fuck my life.
But that's just like what society has told you is
very true.
wrong. Like who cares? As long as you get the same amount of work done, it's your schedule.
In an ideal day, I would. Well, see, like I enjoy waking up at 5 though.
Okay.
Yeah, like I enjoy. Like I woke up this morning at 5, and I went to the gym. Duncan's behind us. I woke up this morning at 5, and I went to the gym. I had an awesome workout. I came home. I taught in elementary school. I came back.
Wait. You taught in elementary school?
Yeah, I have an elementary school gig on Monday mornings.
What? What are you?
Yeah.
You're just teaching little kids
I teach ukulele.
ukulele?
Yeah.
Like a whole class?
Oh, there's only like 4 girls, but
Oh, okay. So it's like a small group class, basically.
yeah,
Is what you're
it's
saying.
cool though. They're like
Okay.
they're chill. They're all funny.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's super
Just want to interrupt this for a little announcement for Joey. He's a teacher, so if you need lessons and you're in the Denver area,
yeah. Skype lessons, Mr.
Little
Bannigan.
PSA announcement.
Bannigan over here is also a very fantastic instructor as well.
I teach many things. I teach underwater basket weaving.
Oh.
I teach
The secrets to life.
What did you say?
This said the secrets to life.
No.
Oh.
If I shared that, then I wouldn't be worth anything anymore. That's
no,
like
I
my
mean-
secret, you know?
But like it's like over time though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I teach underwater basket weaving. I teach like floral patterns on how to create like really nice, you just take flowers and you just throw them all over the floor and
Floral patterns.
whatever comes out of that. I mean like literal floral pattern. Like you actually buy flowers and you create patterns. And then I teach drums. That's
Nice.
my life.
Oh, like I thought you meant like throw them on the floor so they're like floral patterns.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
Oh.
you have to buy
funny.
flowers then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, floral referring to the floor or to leaves?
Both. Well,
Oh,
both.
okay.
Flowers and floor.
It's a-
Floral
It's
pattern.
it's a double entendre, if you will.
I thought you were talking about like the letter L on the floor, like floral L's.
Floral florals patterns. Floral.
Ridiculous. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I like that. All right.
We're on a fucking
Now,
roll, guys.
see, now what you need to do on here is like you create an image at some point in the video where it's just like a bunch of L's on a floor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we'd really like to thank our sponsor, Floral Patterns. And
Trap
then-
horns.
Yeah. Bam. New sponsor for you.
Oh, so I wanted to tell you that story. I told Mark this.
Okay.
So, like, I'm back on the scene, right? I'm back on the.
Okay, but wait, for everybody that doesn't know, what does that mean, back on the scene?
So I'm back on the dating scene.
Why did you say it like that?
I hate dating. I hate it.
You
so
hate
much.
dating.
I hate it.
Why? Okay, why do you hate dating?
I just do, man. I don't know. It's like impressing people.
Yeah, you hate
I don't
you
like
hate the
it.
process of getting between like not knowing somebody and knowing somebody.
Exactly. I wish I just knew everyone.
But I feel like that's the journey, though, man.
It is. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if it's someone cool, but the thing is not cool.
Oh,
so, like,
going through the shitty people.
Yeah. So like, here's my story, right? So I'm
Okay.
talking to this girl, right? And like, I met her on Tinder, right? And I've told everyone before, Tinder's not a serious thing at all. It's for whatever you want it to be. But so I'm talking to this girl. I'm like, cool. She seems normal. She seems super super cool. Really. So we set up, a date for tomorrow night, and I was like, okay, awesome. I'm excited. Doesn't seem fucking crazy. probably won't gas out as soon as she walks up a flight of stairs, so that's nice. That happened to me once. But anyway, so I'm basically there. Duncan is having so much fun. So I'm talking to her, and then she texts me this morning, says, "Hi, it was really nice talking to you, but here's the thing. I have a boyfriend." I was like, "What?"
Wait, so she met up with you, hung out with you?
No,
and then said that?
no. She didn't.
Oh.
But she made the plans.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He loves that jacket.
He's all about it. Okay, so you made the plans.
Yeah, so we made the plans, like all set, and then she was, "Hey, like I fucked up. Like I have a boyfriend. Like I can't. Like we can't hang out."
Why was she on
Why'd
Tinder?
you even? I don't know. People are crazy, man. So she's
She might have been really drunk. Was it during a night conversation?
yeah, but it was on like it was Sunday night though, the Lord's Day.
Sounds like she's got some relationship issues.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
So she said it's my ex, but kind of my boyfriend still.
I would not fuck with that. I would leave that alone.
That's why I was
Sounds
like,
a bad
okay, well,
idea.
like, thanks, boo. And actually, my exact text was, boo. All right, well, thanks for letting me know. I guess that's what I told her. Yeah, crazy.
You didn't give her any of the like, cliche lines of, it doesn't matter if there's a goalie. What is that one?
No, what I should have done was unsolicited dick pic. Everyone gets quiet. No, I don't do that.
Maybe like an animal's dick, like not
bro.
actually your own, because
Yes.
that's fairly inappropriate. But sending an animal penis might be really funny.
I feel like bestiality's like never cool though.
You should have gone to a site where you can make up your own horoscope, type it in, and it looks legit. And you make one up and you send it to her, like, "Wow, my horoscope was right today," and just be like, "Bitch was lame." I don't know. What's gonna happen today? I don't know.
Craziness.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It does. But it'd be pretty funny though. She'd be like, "What the fuck?"
It's like,
Yeah,
my horoscope was absolutely correct.
yeah, really weird.
What is your Tinder profile like, Joe? Can you read it to us?
I don't want to read it to you guys.
Why not? Come on, you're gonna talk about your
All right.
Tinder. Let's see what you got, dude.
All right, my Chinder.
Shinder. It's a soccer player app.
Schindler's
Yeah.
List.
Whoa, yikes. So it says, write music with Inducive Music Group, full-time musician, drink scotch, lift heavy things. Nice and simple.
You don't mention the fact that you lift weights in there.
I said lift heavy things.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But I don't know.
that's
Maybe
pretty
just
broad.
lift heavy. Like maybe you're into heavy girls and you lift heavy things.
That's
Is
yeah.
that a winky?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a
that's
little
what it means.
confusing.
Yeah.
Oh, what I should say is lift heavy bitches.
Yeah.
That was a joke. That was a joke, guys. I love everybody. Everyone deserves to feel loved. Okay, this is getting
Fascination with
real
female
weird.
dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your picture profile like?
Oh
there,
man,
Joe?
where am I
What you
gonna go?
got?
It's like pictures of me.
Outline it. Visual
Give us
representation.
describe it to
Oh
us.
my god, how do we get on this subject?
You were talking about your Tinder.
I thought it was a
story.
funny story. And actually, it actually wasn't that funny of a story. I kind of fucked up. So one is me staring off into the distance. Another is me at our hat gig.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
the
did
jazz hat gig.
Yep, jazz hat gig.
Nice.
One's me playing guitar with a very stoic look on my
Oh
face.
man,
I should have done with the tear.
that was the one that we like all made memes out of.
yeah,
right?
it was. Yeah, yep. And then one's me in a suit.
Dude, can't have the selfie on there, man.
One's me. Oh, there's two selfies.
Oh.
Bro.
How many of those do you
And
have
then
pants
one's
on?
the
And
inducive. All of them.
you should change that, and you might get a couple swipes.
That'd
Just
be
pantsless,
weird. Just like
pantsless Tinder.
I'm with Mark on this
so,
one.
like underwear or like dick out.
No, just like
What?
no pants.
No, you gotta
can
have
be turned
underwear
up.
on.
No.
Oh. What if you did the cliche one of you up at Red Rocks and it's from behind, so you just see your ass,
Bro,
like
that would
completely
be
naked.
hilarious.
But then like just a little bit of balls dripping below.
dude, and just make fun of all of the like basic girl like.
Yeah. I think
Then
that would be-
one was like, how about one like the puppy face from Snapchat?
Yeah.
But they use it as
Yes.
a real picture.
But I should do it on
Yeah.
my stomach though. Should I, like,
No.
face on my
You've
stomach?
got to be like, you've got to make yourself seem as basic as
I
possible.
guess you're right.
If you hold Duncan in a picture, I'm sure that you'll get at least one more like it.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
You're fucking up, dude.
Shit.
And I'll
Guess
just
you're
link, just a link to your music. That's all you need.
But yeah, I already have a link to my bro. I'm not an amateur.
Good.
I mean, never mind.
What's the difference between me and the type of porn I like? I'm not an amateur. Joke of the day.
Brilliant.
That's a pretty good one. I haven't heard that one at all.
Yeah, that was
I
nice.
just made it up.
Like you're a fucking genius.
Guys, I drink a lot of coffee before I came over here
Bro.
because I got some shit to do tonight, and I was like, man, I want to be hyped for this podcast,
You fucking ready.
and then go do a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Coffee sounds good.
I've been drinking so much of it.
How much coffee do you drink on a daily basis?
So I stopped for the most part. I have given into my vices once, or each of my vices once over the past week, but I stopped drinking and smoking weed. For like I actually had this crazy thing. We went to a show with Aaron Stoic, and it was really cool. Got VIP. I tried to take pictures on my iPhone. I got really drunk. Got a bunch of free booze. It was crazy. Really
Free
fun.
boobs or free booze?
Booze. But
Okay.
there was a bunch of cosplay girls there, so kind of the same thing. And I kept
Okay.
never mind. Yeah, so it was crazy. So I've smoked once and I've drank once, but since I stopped doing that, I just drink coffee instead.
So you replace all the vices into one vice.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
which is probably why
yeah.
I'm so neurotic all the time again. But
Just because you're hyped up on caffeine
oh, bro,
all day.
just fucking.
How many
jacked.
milligrams of caffeine do you think you have a day?
Man, I have. I wake up and I walk downstairs and I get a large cold brew, and I drink that, and then I'll start producing music or I'll go work out, and I'll come back and I'll get another cold brew, probably large, and then probably one more time during the day I'll get another large cold brew. So I'll probably, or large or medium. I've been trying to cut back a little bit, but for a while there, it was 3 large to medium cold brews a day.
Yeah.
How much money would you save if you just made all your cups of coffee?
I already cut out booze and pop, man. I gotta spend money on something. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's got a point, dude. I think he's got
True.
a point.
I could be stacking.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
no,
maybe
that's a
you
good
wouldn't drink
question.
it as much if it was
How much
less available.
How much are you paying?
Probably $15 a day.
15?
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's a lot of money,
It
dude.
is a lot of money.
Is that every day?
I guess you're right. Nah, it can't.
And then the
be.
Pete's, because that's also $8.
But I stopped eating pizza. I've only had pizza twice this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we
I
both
have,
have gone in bad habits of illegal Pete's.
Bro, there was one time
Well,
when
it's
I
so
walked in
close.
there.
I'm not
yeah.
surprised, you know?
I walked in the door and they started making my burrito before I got up to the counter.
They know you. All right.
Yep. It's like, hey, what's up, Joey? Hey, what's up, guys? Hey. Fuck. Kind of shameful.
Yeah, you could just, instead of spending $15 a day, you could buy a really nice espresso machine or something like
Yes,
that,
right.
and just do that.
I was a professional barista.
How can we prep cold brew easier?
I have cold brew.
But then it's 1 day's worth in a pitcher.
yeah, you just gotta buy more. Or
Just do it every night.
we just gotta get Toddy. And we
Dude,
can do it.
$15
I know how to do it.
a day, every week.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
It's like
Okay, guys.
$100, dude. It's like $100,
Man.
$105.
Okay,
something like
guys.
that.
I guess you're right. I can,
The smoker is a
Be
pack a
stacked.
day. It's $5 a day.
yeah.
That's also
Yeah,
a
at
lot
least I don't
work.
smoke cigarette. Be fucked up. At least I don't have to have a cup of coffee. You know, if I had a cigarette, fuck, I need a cigarette.
Well, dude, I'm giving you a hard time, but I drink a lot of coffee too. But I'm with Mark. I make the coffee at home.
Yeah, that's what I should do.
My girlfriend has an espresso machine, and it's a godsend.
Those machines are dope.
I would highly recommend getting a girlfriend with an espresso machine.
Hey,
Do you come with one of these?
Hey, you're great and all, but you just don't meet my standard of
an
espresso machine.
I need the espresso machine. Do you have an espresso machine? That's the first question I ask on a date. Do you have an espresso machine?
That should be your new Tinder profile. Shit is.
Oh,
Do you have an espresso machine?
You guys just have. You guys are full of ideas.
Seriously,
Just
that's
that.
hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
And all girlfriends must come with espresso machines.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a French presser myself, though.
Oh,
I got you into that, dog.
Yeah, I got me into
Yeah.
it. Well, before that, I was a pour over, which I still do sometimes.
Which I got you.
I've
into.
got me into it.
never done a pour over. What?
It's pretty good.
What's up with that?
We have a water boiler he brought, which makes it super easy to boil water fast. And then you just fill that up and put like a filter in like this cup with a hole on top of your cup where the coffee goes. Put a filter and then ground coffee in there.
Yeah.
And it just makes it.
So what's better about that compared to like a normal cup?
There's just a little,
That's Joey. I don't know.
Okay, guys. So each different
Educate
process.
us.
So basically, each different process for making coffee just kind of brings out a little bit different flavors, a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
So a French press is a very thick, full, flavorful, bold coffee. It's gonna be a little bit thicker, whereas pour over is going to be a little bit less intense. But there's going to be a few different flavor profiles that are brought out. I'm pretty sure someone's probably going to like comment on this and be like, "You're a fucking dumb piece of shit." That's not how it is. But I'm fairly certain that's how it works. Each way that you make coffee, it makes the coffee a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that French press gets it nice and like foamy and thick.
Ooh.
And it's just like steaming. Oh, it sounds so good right now. Just
Nice.
I love putting butter and like blending it into the magic bullet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Butter?
Yeah. That's great.
Into the coffee.
Yeah. Makes it all frothy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
The caffeine binds to the fat, so you process it more efficiently. So it gives you a little bit more of a buzz too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just
I think we're going to make
blew my
bulletproof
world.
coffee after this.
Yeah.
It sounds so good.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, because I mean we're fucking gonna do some work
I
tonight.
can't wait for that.
What?
We're gonna do some vocals after this, but I can't wait for the.
Did you roll your eyes when you said that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am. I'm so
okay.
excited.
He was like thinking this was like pleasure.
Oh, okay. The orgasm face.
Yeah. It's quite similar to the Displeats face, but
The what?
the
Oh, we have
Displeats
we have videos, so they all
okay.
they all know.
Oh, yeah.
We all just stare at the camera all. Okay. Yeah.
It's perfect. It's brilliant. I love it.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
That's interesting though. I like so we have the espresso machine, and then we have this milk frother.
Mm-hmm.
Frother. That's an interesting frother.
Oh yeah, the with the steam on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I can steam a good fucking cup of milk and I can do some latte art.
Dude, you need to come over. Both of you guys need to come over to my house. We need to jam, and we need you to make us some fucking coffee.
You have an espresso machine?
Yeah.
Espresso.
An
Espresso.
Espresso. That's the ex-girlfriend with the coffee machine.
Oh no!
When you steal your ex-girlfriend's espresso machine, the ex.
Yeah. This is the
Espresso.
only thing you're good for.
Yikes. That's savage.
That is savage. That's good.
Savage as fuck.
Yeah.
Espresso.
That's so
That one
funny though.
Keurig.
We should totally make that a shirt. And it says espresso machine and it says like that definition.
Sick, dude. Fucking great idea.
Dude.
Yeah, I think you'd have to have some image of. I think you should just put your ex-girlfriend's face on
Oh my god.
the T-shirt and sell it.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be really funny.
Be outrageous. She'd be like, "What the fuck did you do? Like, you can't use my face." It's Mark's idea. I don't know.
It only comes in crop tops.
Or even more creepy, you do like vector art of it. So you basically import the image into Photoshop or Illustrator, and then you trace her face and color it, and then you put it on the shirt.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's super weird because you put even more time into it at that point.
You could 3D print it.
Oh
3D print her face.
That's so. That's
Okay,
so
all right.
weird.
Just fucking replace her with the mannequin, dude, and put her face on the mannequin.
I'm going on the
That's
record.
wearing the shirt.
I am. Oh my God, dude. I am going on record to say I am not coming up with any of this. So Ryan and Mark. That's hilarious, though. That'd be creepy as fuck, dude. Can you imagine walking into someone's room and they have a 3D printed mannequin of you wearing a shirt with your face on it?
Well, at that point, you would assume that your ex-girlfriend is back at your house.
Well, no, I'm saying anyone in general. But say,
was existential.
So yeah, So say that you like went on a date with this girl once. And then you
She's
went over to her
exponential.
house, and then you walk and she has this like 3D. Oh yeah, I just made this for you. What would you do?
Wait, say that one more time.
So you go on a date with this girl, right?
Yeah.
Once, and then she's like, "Hey, I have a surprise for you. You should come over to my house."
Yeah.
And you do, and it's a 3D printed mannequin of you dressed up with a shirt with your face on it
What would I do?
in vector art. Yeah.
How attractive is this girl?
I mean, let's say she's like,
What's the crazy to attractive ratio?
let's say she's like a good solid 8.
Okay, that was just me being a dick. It doesn't matter. That would be really weird, dude, and I would leave immediately.
Like, oh, what the fuck? What is this?
Okay, here's a good story for you.
All right.
This was a long time ago. Maybe like a year after I graduated high school, I was dating this girl, and within the first month, we like started dating in like early December or late November. So Christmas time rolled around.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys have been in a relationship, like a quick one, like right around the holidays, and you're like, yeah, definitely not going to get her anything. We're not at that point yet, right?
Yeah.
This girl spends $150 on clothes on me, for clothes on me. That wasn't correct. And she made like she made this frame, this collage of like stuff that we had done together, and at some point in it, it had like a picture of us, which I didn't know was taken, and then there was like the words "I love you" on there, and I was like a month in.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was it.
crazy.
It was over. From
What'd you
there.
do?
I can't do this.
What do you do? Like when you get something like that, you're like, thank you.
Thank
I love
you.
this. I'm gonna put it. I'm just gonna put it down, face down, just really quick. I don't want anybody else to see how much I love this.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable.
What's that thing that we were doing with like I love you? Like I love. What? Do you remember?
Oh, I'll love you for a very long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That never mind. That was dumb. I forgot what it was. But yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That was the end of the story. I don't have anything else.
That's
but-
crazy.
Yeah.
Man. That's wild.
Yeah. New relationships, dude. They're
You never know.
fickle.
You never know.
Especially when you don't touch your pickle. You know? I'm just kidding.
I just wanted to make that as uncomfortable as possible.
I get it.
Like, are you talking about like Pickle Rick? I'm Pickle Rick, bitch.
If she doesn't fuck with Rick and Morty, then yeah. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's right.
Truth.
Truth.
But then again, I didn't fuck with Rick and Morty until my girlfriend showed me that. So,
Doesn't matter. At least now you're in it.
I'm in it to win it for sure.
Yep. I didn't fuck with it until my girlfriend over here, Mark, showed me.
She's fucking beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
You should beware. I may steal him for a little bit.
Hey man, it's cool. It's open.
$20 a night, and I'll record you
You'll record.
fucking me.
Dude,
Wait, what's free? The sex is free. Or the recording is free.
It's a $20 package.
Oh, it's just all at once.
it's like 10 and 10.
Yeah. Drums are free. I'll record drums for free.
All right.
You have to
Wait,
pay
but-
for the good stuff.
But like, yeah. But like the sex though, that costs.
Yeah.
Got.
We're on a good track here.
Yeah.
We're
Gotta pay
staying
the rent, man.
focused.
How do you tune drums there?
Wait, there?
Just
Where?
How do you tune drums?
How do I tune drums? Okay.
The third, second, fifths.
Just chromatically.
Actually, generally, I just tune it by ear, to be honest with you. I don't normally tune it to a certain pitch unless I'm working with an artist that requests that. So, like, if it's something that is probably more electronic, I'll try to make sure it's in the key of the song. But I don't know if I normally just have, like, the ear to tell when something's in tune with the song, because I've never really done that before. But I've never had, you can tell pretty honestly if something is out of tune, especially a snare. You can just hear those overtones come out, and you're like, that's not it. That's not right. But actually, just the other day, I had a recording session on Friday and Saturday, and we tuned. The drums were already in tune, but we had to tune the snares to like the root of whatever key we were in at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting. I got like a whole different tone out of the snare drum that I didn't expect to.
It's nice.
Like, so what about your tom? Like, and how about relationship to each other? So if this one's here,
okay.
is this one like, is it a third or is it?
It depends on, the way I heard it was, when you go from like a 10-inch to a 12-inch, so like 2 inches, it's like a third. If you go from like a 12-inch to a 16-inch floor tom, it's probably like a fourth.
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. That's just generally what they like end up sounding like. But it's honestly, you can hit the shell of a drum, like you can tap it, and it'll have a pitch. Mm-hmm. And that's like the pitch where it's most resonant, you know? So if like a tom is F and you tap the shell and it's like F, no matter if you tune it higher than that or lower, that's not going to be where it's most resonant within the shell. Which I don't know if a lot of people know that or not.
Yeah. And have you dug into any of that negative harmony stuff that Jacob Collier talks about?
No, I haven't even heard about
the
that.
genius of
What is that?
regeneration. So basically, what he does is like, I'm gonna completely butcher this, but it's really crazy.
We'll check it out afterward.
We're about to, the video's crazy, dude. So you have your treble clef, right?
Yeah.
So C, D, E, blah 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 blah. So basically, what you do is you take you take your C major scale and you flip it over an axis, and you do the same intervals but reverse. So whole step, half step, whole step, half step, but going down, and that's like your negative harmony. So I think, I could be wrong, but I believe like G Phrygian is C negative major.
Okay.
Or something like that. That's how it works. I'm pretty sure. It's crazy. And you can use that to do so. Basically, it turns every perfect cadence plagal and every plagal cadence perfect.
So, what does that do sonically then?
It just gives you a few more colors to paint with.
And that's just when you're doing harmonies? Is that what you're?
Yeah, it's like when you're like, like chord voicings or voice leading or stuff like that. Like if you want to get from one place, like if you want to get from like, X to Y to Z, it's just a different way to kind of get. Like one thing I've been doing recently in a lot of my writing is using the tritone sub to modulate keys, but going to like switching to like if I'm in the key of G, like modulating to the key of C, but using the tritone sub of the C to like get there.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It's been a minute since I've used my tritones, dude.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But that's like that that's like that jazz sound though.
Yeah.
Like that's a really cool thick like neo soul hip jazz soul stuff sound. Yeah.
I'd have to like hear an actual sonic example of that.
It sounds pretty crazy.
Okay.
It's like Jordan Reiki does a lot of it, I think.
Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think so.
Jordan Rakai? I liked Rakai better.
I think it's Jordan Reiki. I'm not sure. Jordan, if you're watching the podcast, man, let us know.
That was Ray Guy.
Did your camera die?
Yeah.
I don't think he's watching it anymore.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
But yeah,
harmony's nuts.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. I don't know how I could apply that to drums though.
I don't think.
In terms of like harmonics.
I don't know. What if you started playing bells?
Oh.
How about kicks? You ever tune kicks in relation to your snare?
No, actually I don't. I try to. And that's an interesting idea though. I think it's really hard to tune a kick drum and really hear the actual frequency of it and know what note it is. Yeah. Because that's like a really low frequency, and that's maybe it's just because my ears are not that great anymore. But I don't.
It's more like on real drums. I guess it's more there's like. Boop,
yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, and well, it depends on the sound you're going for. For a long time, I was going for like this big, wide, boomy sound with my bass drum because I was playing a lot heavier music, and that's kind of the sound you want. Is you get this big, boomy sound, and then you just gate the shit out of it. But recently, I've been listening to a lot more jazz and a lot more hip hop and neo soul stuff, and it's kind of like the super tight kick drum that is, like you said, is like tuned to the song basically.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. I don't really know how to recreate that in a live setting, to be honest with you.
Do you ever experiment with layering sub kicks?
On top of
Yeah.
live or just in a,
Yeah.
in a recording?
Or either.
Definitely in a recording for sure. That would be like post-production stuff, but never live. That's something I've thought about because I want, like, my plan is to get. I have a Roland SPD SX that I have to the left of me when I play, and it has either 2 to 4 triggers that I can export out of it and use for like a kick drum or a snare drum or something like that, and I think that would be really interesting to be able to just have different patches for different songs you're playing and being able to turn on the trigger on or off depending on if the song like requires you to use something like that. But honestly, I'd rather just have like a separate kick pedal and trigger to the right of the bass drum to trigger that stuff. Because then that'd be kind of annoying to have to use it. It's either like you use it all the time in a song or you don't, I would assume.
Yeah, with like tune stuff or with that little pad.
The little pad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I guess to answer your question, I don't tune it to the song. I just kind of tune it by ear, and I've gotten pretty good results so far, but that would be really interesting.
Yeah, I've experimented with tuning like every aspect of a snare.
Really?
Like and like EQing it like with all the frequencies of the notes that are in the scale
Yeah.
of that. I don't know.
Interesting.
It's crazy.
So how does that work?
If I'm
Like describe that process to us.
Well, listen to this guy Getter, and I think he had tuned his like kick to like, let's say the root note, then his snare would be like a fifth above that. So when they hit together, it's like a fifth or a power chord in drums. Mm-hmm. And then like toms, I would make like a part of the scale, and then when I go to EQ it, if I want to take out the lows and boost like the frequencies that should like resonate, especially with like saturation, I go through like a frequency to note chart, and it's like A is 440, so I'm gonna like saturate like 220, 110, maybe 440.
All the octaves of.
Whoa.
Yeah, the octaves.
That's crazy.
And it's like really precise stuff. Sometimes gets you cool, punchy
I
sounds.
never even thought about that. Damn. That's sick, dude. I'm
We
gonna
do that.
use that. I'm gonna steal that shit. Fuck yeah.
Use some just some charts online. They're like in my favorites on Google. Just like frequency, and then also millisecond to BPM.
What?
For like release times of gates and like compressors and anything.
So what's the comparison for milliseconds to beep?
So like an eighth note at like 150 BPM would be, I think it's like 50 milliseconds because that's like an even number. But there's obviously a chart with like all the specifics.
So someone actually figured out all the exact time for everything. I'm gonna look that shit up. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've been struggling with that when it comes to reverbs or like compression to figure out exactly. I'm no engineer, so I don't exactly know what all of that does, and that really interests me. So
Yeah. Even like for the milliseconds, doing it like a pre-delay on a reverb can make the reverb its own instrument. It's like, so like the reverb doesn't come on until like an eighth note after the note's already done. So you like go.
Oh, really?
It's like the reverb like delaying the exact amount of time to groove.
That's fucking sick, and it's probably like a little bit quieter dynamically because of the reverb, I would assume.
Yeah. Just fills it up.
Holy shit, dude! You're blowing my fucking mind right now.
We got them mad genius.
I'm making it pump.
Yeah,
101.
Dude, Mark, I'm interested. I'm doing like this hip hop jazz trio thing with my buddy Luke Maxon and Alex Luke's on keys and synths, and then Alex Goldberg's on bass.
Okay.
And I'm on drums. And we're doing like this jazz hip hop trio thing. And we just finished one song, like super demo based, but I'm struggling with the mix. I'd be interested to send it to you and kind of see what you would have opinion wise on it.
Yeah, I'm always down.
That'd be sick, dude. That'd be sick. Because I don't know how to get that sound that I'm looking for. I could give you a couple reference tracks, but that would be awesome.
Yeah, I can listen to it and see what's
I
up.
should have brought my fucking computer, dude. I knew I should have brought it.
I always should bring the computer. Or have the SoundCloud link ready to go.
Yeah, it's not even uploaded yet, dude. I'm not ready to share that shit with the world, but Yeah, we're trying to get like top lines from vocalists on top of it. Basically,
Dope.
bad, not good, but better.
Yeah.
The band's called Smirk.
Yeah, that's cool.
Smirk.
It's a good
It's
band
like a
name.
jazz hip hop trio.
I
Yeah.
like that shit.
So yeah, we're basically creating like this neo soul, hip hop, jazz thing. It's just all over the place. But I don't know. Have you guys ever listened to Luke play before?
Yeah.
Have you met Luke before?
Sure I have, but I don't know.
He's just like this slaying fucking keys player.
Yeah, he's
Just
got some. He's
slays. So he comes like he's from Indiana, but I know he went to school in Chicago for a bit, and he's like deep in the fucking into that type of music out there, right? Anything like old school hip hop to just hip hop in general, and he gets like you can tell he gets a lot of influence from Robert Glasper is how I would assume his sound.
I can totally see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just pulls licks out all the time that he's just like, oh, dude, this is this tune, and I'm like, that's sick. Why don't you just use it? Just use it in the song. Doesn't matter that it's stealing. We're all artists. We all steal from one another, anyways. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, where was I going with that? Yeah, he's a rad keys player,
Oh,
and I don't know if you ever heard Alex Goldberg before.
I've heard that name.
Have you heard the Berg?
I don't know if I've definitely heard people talk about him. I've definitely heard that he's really, really good. I don't know if I've actually ever heard him play though. But
I
I
honestly
definitely know
think,
that he's
in terms of his genre and what he does for hip hop. I mean, he plays a lot of stuff. He can pretty much play anything you could throw at him. But like that, anything with hip hop or just like really heady grooves, like laid back grooves.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the best, like one of the best bassists in Colorado that I've seen. Played with.
Yeah, I've definitely heard a lot of good things. I've heard. I think Newton was talking to me about him. I want to say.
Yeah. I wish I could show you an example. Oh, I'll show you guys later an example. Of this shit.
I think you showed me one of the demos. A while ago.
Yeah, I'll show you that demo later, Mark.
Yeah.
Once we're done with this, I'll show you some of that stuff. I have it on my phone somewhere.
It was fucking cool shit, dude. That was nice.
Hell yeah. So, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just working on like that jazz trio, and then do you know Grayson at all?
Heard that name too.
Okay, you know Grayson.
Yeah, I heard.
So I'm living with my buddy Grayson Earhart, and we were working on some music together. We wrote like a record probably about a year and a half ago. We went to like this. Do you guys know what an earth ship is?
The what?
An earth ship.
No.
Okay. I'm about to fucking blow your mind.
Oh, shit.
So we went down to New Mexico, and we stayed in this earth ship. It's like an Airbnb down there. An earth ship is actually this, it's basically supposed to be like a fully green building. And by green, I mean it's self-sustainable in terms of energy.
Hell yeah.
Right? So like there's solar panels on top. It gets all its energy from the sun. And then a lot of them, they like recycle water basically too. This one was a little more high tech and nicer. So there was running water and stuff, but I've seen some pretty primitive ones that were totally off the grid, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But anyways, we stayed there and we wrote like 10 to 12 songs down there. Just got super drunk and smoked a lot of weed and wrote this record. And now a year and a half later, it's going to be coming out in January.
Hell yeah,
or
dude.
February
I remember you
or
telling me
March.
about that action.
I don't know. Sometime in that time.
I remember
April.
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Actually. Like, I remember you're like, we're on here. Oh yeah. I remember having that conversation.
I can't say too much else about it at this point. But it's going to be fucking dope. We recorded pretty much every song up at the blasting room. I mean, Chris Beeble was the engineer, and
Hell yeah.
he mixed it as well, and he just fucking killed it. So I'm really excited for everybody to hear it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, very much different from what I'm doing with the jazz hip hop trio, but I kind of always tried to be that person that's as versatile as possible.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm with you. So yeah, dude, Grayson's a badass. He's really good.
Yeah.
His like fingerstyle stuff's so fucking crazy.
Yeah. I know that
So
the fact that he can do
ridiculous.
that and sing at the same time is
Yeah, dude.
really intense.
It's like that stuff's hard. Like that stuff's super fucking hard to do. It's so technical.
Well, he comes from like a metal background, and just wrote a really heavy prog death metal record when he was like 17, and now he's a singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy when you look at people and where they come from, you know.
Yeah, I remember seeing Aspen Hourglass with you. At
the Gothic, right?
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Yeah,
that was
crazy.
fun.
Man.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was like a few years ago, right?
Yeah, I think so. 3 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Crazy shit, dude. That's fucking cool, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited to hear that.
So, got a few things coming down the pipeline. Besides that, I'm just doing like session work, trying to get as many recording projects as possible. I have my own mics in my house now. I'm just running the Scarlett 18920. So nothing. I have no crazy outboard gear or anything like that, but the raw tracks that I've been getting from there are surprisingly like great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have like an engineer that I'm going to start working with, kind of sending my drums to and having them pretty much just do the mixes. So like if I get hired by somebody and they don't have the ability or the finances to mix it themselves, the drums or anything else, I just send it to him and charge an extra $50 or $100 on top of whatever I charge for the recording, and then send it back to them. And it seems to be like a pretty good process. So
Yeah, that's a tough one. That'd be super convenient too.
What's your mic setup looking like?
Oh God, dude. Everybody asks me this, and I'm really bad about remembering everything. I have an F58 on the snare. I have the Sennheiser's MD421s on the toms.
Okay.
So I got 3 of those. I was going to get 2 AT4040s for the overheads, but I bought my like room mics first, the AKGs. Which ones? AKG 200.
I don't. Yeah. I'm terrible with the number part.
Perfect. I have no idea. They're like the mid end of the AKGs. So I know there's like a higher end, like the 400s or something like that are gold, that are much nicer. And
those are like $1,200 or more.
Yeah. So I got the ones that were like maybe $400 or $500 for the overheads. And then I'm running the Hummingbird, it's like on the hi-hat.
Okay.
Which I get pretty good sounds from. And then I have the Sennheiser. Man, you just asked me these questions and just killing me. I have no idea what's on the other underside snare, but it was something that it works pretty well. So
Hell yeah.
yeah. Sorry for the shitty answers.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah.
It's all
What's
good.
the kick drum mic that's like really everybody just uses?
The
From Audix.
52.
Yeah. Wait.
Or no.
No, the D.
Oh, the D12.
The D12.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the D6. The D6.
That's it.
I have the D6 on the kick in. And the Sennheiser 201 or something like that on the kick out. I don't remember. Kyle Smith, I hit him up. I hit up like the whole Tessitura house.
Yeah.
And I asked them what mics they would get. And then I kind of just went with Kyle's answer and got all these mics. And I read a bunch of reviews beforehand. And for the money that I had, it went really well. So
Yeah.
I've got like 9 or 10 mics right now on the drum kit.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a pretty rad set.
Dude, it's kind of overwhelming sometimes, not being an engineer and recording and getting everything set up and trying to mix my own drums has proved to be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Because I have, I'm sure everybody has this, like you have a sound in mind that you really like for your drums and your style of music, or I guess your guitar and everything else. And you have this sound in mind and you can like achieve that, but then not every artist wants that drum sound or that guitar sound or anything. So that's what's proving difficult, is to like capture their idea and send it to them. But I don't know if like engineering should necessarily be my job. I feel like I should just track the drums, send over the raws, and go from there.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the stuff that I've been doing too. It's like I definitely feel like I'm getting better, because dude, mixing's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking help me.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a master, so you can just walk in the other room and be like, hey,
help me.
What the fuck do I do here?
Yeah. He's been showing me Ableton, and I'm like, I'm falling in love with it, dude. I love it so much. It's so awesome. I like it so much better. There's parts I like a lot better than Logic. But there's some stuff.
What do you like more?
Logic. Well, I like the amp modelers in Logic a lot better. I can actually get some pretty nice sounds out of my Logic amps, but like in Ableton, I just always record through the amp. It's just like it because I don't like going DI for that.
Wouldn't that just be like a plugin that you could buy though?
Yeah.
So you're saying the base model within Logic is better than Ableton?
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff in Ableton that I like that's in the box that I like better than the Logic stuff.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to get some more plugins and stuff. Like I want to get all like the Fab Filter stuff.
There's a way to do it. I don't know how, but you can route Logic directly into Ableton.
Yeah.
Or like any source internally.
I can route Reason in too, which I think would be really cool because Reason has so many cool synths and arpeggiators and stuff. I used to use Reason a lot when I first started.
Really?
Yeah.
How do? You don't know how to do that?
No. I can figure it like this has to be possible because I've seen my teacher before like record like stuff from the internet internally.
Yeah.
So if you can route that, you should definitely be able to route Logic.
Yeah. I've seen something where you can do
insane.
it. I just haven't tried it yet. But I think I've like seen it when I was like digging around, like what the option is.
Yeah.
But I'm like slowly like figuring out all like the key commands and stuff. And it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I think that's just the thing about all DAWs is, once you get the shortcuts and everything working, they're all great. It just depends on what type of music you're writing. Like if you're a singer-songwriter, Logic is really helpful because if you don't know how to play drums or record drums, they have an automatic drummer on there basically,
Yeah.
Like that's really interesting. And I think
a lot of mixing presets too that are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like vocal, male vocal, EQ.
I definitely like.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, you're right.
I definitely like cool. Ableton's grid a lot more than I like Logic's
grid for programming.
Yeah.
Oh,
for programming like.
Yeah, chopping stuff up is so easy. Pitching stuff around,
regulation, reversing stuff, converting MIDI to audio.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's interesting. Okay, so Mark, how good are you? Obviously, you're a whiz at Ableton, but how good are you with like Pro Tools or Logic?
I don't like Pro Tools that much. I'm pretty good with Logic, but I'm just not as efficient as I used to be. I used it for like 2 years.
Okay, so
I know my way around, but I don't know. I like dove into Ableton as far as speed.
Yeah, totally. The only reason I ask is because I wonder if just because there's certain things that Ableton is better at and Logic is better at, if you ever work within one or the other and then just export that into the other session.
I do that. Yeah, I do that for like vocal recording.
Yeah.
For like comping vocals, it's way better in Logic.
Really? Mm-hmm. Just because of what you said, like the automatic EQ or what?
Just for like you can record and then take another take and then it'll stack the takes and then you can like
track stacks. Does Ableton not do that?
Well, I don't know. It's like a way of recording it where like you can merge takes seamlessly like within one track.
Yeah.
It's weird. What's it called?
On Logic? Mm-hmm. It's just the track stacks. Yeah. It's like
that's like grouping, I think.
That's where you track all of the inducive vocals. That we track it all in Logic.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I do the same thing for drums because it's really interesting. For drums, it's difficult because you have like, at the very least 3 mics and anywhere up to like 12 or 16 if you're really trying to get crazy. So when you're trying to edit all that stuff, at first when I did it in Logic, I literally edited every single fucking microphone. But then I did what you were talking about where everything's stacked with like different takes and you edit it. But what you do is there's like, you create a group for all of it. So it's like drum editing is what I title it generally. And then there's like a little cue button within the DAW and you click on the cue for kick and snare because that's like the things within Logic that you're going to track. So all the other tracks like the overheads and the toms are all basically slaves to the kick and snare. So whatever you edit on the kick and snare, the rest of the tracks will do the same thing.
That's cool.
I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Dude, I had to dig deep on the internet to find that shit because I was like, this is not working. I am not being efficient enough.
This is fucking stupid.
Yeah, there's got to be something else. And you can do the same thing for vocals too. Like let's say you're recording and you're using multiple mics on guitar or vocals. You can do the exact same thing. You just got to group it, and then there's like a little group setting within there that you can get your parameters.
Dude, I used to get so mad like when I first started. Like, I remember when I was making a Chasing Love, I would just get so pissed. I'd be like, I don't want to use this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Mark, help me. He's like, dude, you're doing like, why are you doing that? Like, here, use this key command. I'm like, what the fuck? I can
Yeah.
do that?
Dude, efficiency is key.
Yeah, dude.
Efficiency will make or break you.
Like even with like the little like what little I know now about like how to get around, it's so much easier than how I was doing at first. Like, I was hanging out with that first time I was hanging out with Newton and Justin, and like we were going through Logic and stuff, and I was like showing them all the key commands. They're like what? And
I feel like
yeah,
it's,
dude.
if you don't know how to use a DAW and you're a musician and you're creating your own work, you're really missing out.
It's so important, dude.
Songwriting becomes so much easier, right? Because it's not just like, okay, I'm going to write something and try to remember it or record it on my phone. No, you record it into the DAW with a click. You get better at playing with a click. You realize like all these different, I guess, things that you could do with the song. You know, you start looping certain things or putting other instruments on top of it. And if I didn't have a DAW that, you know, couldn't do any of that, just seems like.
Can you imagine having to write
primitive.
everything out like in
notation?
Yeah, and like not knowing how it sounded until you handed it to a band. Like that would be so like that. Like that's how they used to fucking do it.
Oh yeah. Well, when you think about like orchestras,
Oh yeah.
they literally would write those pieces out. Like they would write, you know, they'd probably hear certain things on the piano and they'd be next to the piano when they wrote it. But I mean, they wrote those for entire fucking orchestras.
That's crazy, man.
Like the one where, what was the one where they had a cannon in it at some point during the performance?
I don't know. I think I know what you're talking about, though. I'm not sure what it's called, though. But yeah, dude, it's like being able to do that. So I always make sure when I'm songwriting, I always make sure that I do both, though. There's definitely a lot of tunes that I'll go straight and I'll start the production.
Yeah.
Like I'm working on a couple right now that I'll just start writing the tune with the production, but I always make sure to write stuff with just my guitar too. So like I like to go on both sides because I feel like they're both super important to be able to do, and like they both give you different ideas. Like to like write a full song and then produce it, but just start a song and produce the whole thing as you go. I feel like you're going to get two different outcomes, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and like being able to work through like Logic and Ableton and stuff has really kind of opened my eyes to a lot more compositional stuff, and like just, you know, like even being able to pick up a little bit of drums, right? Or like you know, like we're like shedding keys a lot more. Like it's like harmony and how it works and how everything's put.
Yeah, you're thinking
together.
about music, not just about guitar anymore
Exactly.
or vocals.
Because that's such a limiting thing. To do that, it's like you know, you and me were talking. Was that you who was telling me about someone like sending you something and be like, oh, well, I don't have a DAW, and like, I don't have
it was Mason.
Yeah.
Do you know Mason at all? You ever met Mason? He's a jazz player.
Yeah.
He shreds. He's a really great player.
Great player.
But he was sending me some tunes. He was sending me and Seth some songs, and he wanted to work on it. It was his original music, but doesn't have any DAW capability at all. And so he literally sent over charts, and I don't know how well you can read, but I can read charts just fine in terms of drums. But when I'm reading, I'm not going to look at the melody, and then like be able to compose drums based off that, right? That's just not how I work. I need to be able to read it and also hear it simultaneously. I was like, Mason, dude, send over a recording of the song, man.
Yeah.
Come on. He's like, I don't have a DAW at all. I'm like, okay, just record it on your phone and send it over. And he did, and that was fine. That was great. But yeah, back to your point, trying to just compose solely with physically writing it out would be a pain in the ass.
So tough.
Especially for like dubstep producers and stuff.
Dude, there was
that would be actually really funny to like see somebody
Adam Neely did it.
transcribe a dubstep song and like create those little, like, how would you put like, all right, now at this point it's
Adam Neely
you're gonna reverse this, like what's the symbol for reversing a symbol?
He composed like an electronic, like I'm not sure, it was like some kind of like dubstep thing, and like he composed it for a big band, and like it was his like senior thesis or like something, and he like wrote it all out, like
Yeah.
like notated it. And,
Oh,
like
that's interesting.
he did a video of it, and he's like, it was really tough, and like a lot of people were like, "What the fuck are you doing? That's so stupid."
No, that's really cool.
It is,
It's
yeah,
innovative in some way, you know.
yeah.
That's like I have a friend. He used to live in Colorado, but he moved. Where did he move? Like Arkansas or something like that. And he took. I don't. Have you guys ever listened? You've listened to Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever listened to Between the Buried and Me before?
I don't
They're
think
like.
so.
How would you describe them?
It's like metalcore.
They're not exactly metalcore. They're like fairly compositional, like through composed metal, basically. And he took like a whole record of theirs and turned it into an orchestra.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
That's really
I
cool.
think he used Guitar Pro or Sibelius, whatever he used, and he literally transcribed everything, the drums, the guitars, and everything, and put it into like an orchestration.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work in terms of like he definitely needs a license for that.
Oh, yeah.
to release that, but like either way that's really impressive.
That's super super cool.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I had something I was gonna say, and I forgot. It was along the lines of reading. Oh yeah. I was going through and doing some sight reading on chord melodies and stuff the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember in our juries, in the senior, like the last like jury that I had, we had to sight read like a chord melody, like see the chords in the melody and like make a chord melody on the spot. I remember not being able to do it, just being like fuck, like what? And it was like, so there was like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, some stupid shit like that. Like it was super easy. I was like, I don't know. And I was going through the real book and I was like just like making chord melodies in like 5 minutes. Like what the fuck? Like what happened? Like this is so ridiculous. Like, but I can't imagine like being like doing, because like that's easy when you're on one instrument and like making, okay, cool, I have a lot of freedom to do whatever I want. But I don't know, it would be so crazy to like, okay, Ryan, here's your drum part that I wrote out for you. Here's everything here. I composed a bass line for, here. Like that's crazy. Like the guys who do stuff like that.
Oh, to compose every single part?
Yeah,
that seems overwhelming to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I mean,
wild. Like not actually like making it, but to like hand it over to a band and say, "Hey, here's everything." Like notate exactly how. Like that. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, you've got to be a really amazing musician at that point.
I hate writing charts. I hate them so much. I hate writing.
I don't,
charts.
dude. I write for my students, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't write anything for myself at all anymore,
Yeah.
unless it's like a really specific exercise or something that like some transcription of one part that I really can't just figure out on
Yeah.
my own. But otherwise, I mean, it's great. Like, dude, when I get hired for people and they have charts, I can learn their music like that.
Super easy.
Like that, like I had a gig over the summer where I had to learn like 25 or 30 like country songs. All right. Yes. When would you ever guess that you would see me playing country songs? Not ever. Not ever. That would not be in my vocabulary, but he's like a good friend of mine and like it was decent money,
Hell yeah.
So I ended up having a ton of fun, but anyways, I transcribed like just really quick charts of all 30 songs, and I learned the music in like a week and a half, like 30 songs basically, and then played this gig. And it went like decently well, but if I didn't have the ability to read music, there's no way in hell I would be able to learn all of those songs.
Yeah. It's so important, man. It's like to be able to like sight read well and like be able to like dictate rhythm and stuff. It's so fucking
For communication,
important.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I
dude.
don't think in terms of composition.
Yeah,
it's really
important.
important.
But like in order to like okay, like if you're on a gig, I remember that gig we did with a Mason where you and me were just like reading it, like all these tunes, and like I remember just being like, fuck, like if I couldn't read, like we like
oh, when we were down at that coffee shop.
yeah, that was a weird gig. That was fun. Like we had fun.
I heard some shit about that whole not the gig with us, but there was
I
like
heard some stuff
John
too.
and Seth did like one gig with them and it didn't go as planned.
That's what Mason was telling me. We got a kick ass breakfast out at that gig.
Yeah,
which was
that's
so
true.
Good.
I actually want to go back to when we were talking about composition within the box, within the computer, or just writing organically. Because Mark, I assume you solely write within the computer.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, what's your take on that? Because Joe is obviously like, like you said, you are going to write differently within the computer than if you're just writing on your guitar.
Yeah.
My big thing is making things that aren't instruments. So like with vocoding and stuff, I love taking vocals and making them instruments. Because you have a computer, anything could be anything. So
Yeah.
why not? It's better than when sometimes I'll just open like a preset synth just from Ableton and be like, oh wow, instruments are crazy. It's way easier. But I love getting like those cool sounds from.
Well, you can make a keyboard out of anything nowadays, though.
Yeah, you just take like a vocal, you take like a and then that's like a whole keyboard.
Right, because it reads whatever that note is, and that becomes the root note, and then it creates a keyboard from there, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick, dude. I love that. I just figured that out like a couple months ago, and it changed my world.
The simpler, right?
Yeah, the simpler in Ableton, you can take like one shots of like bass sounds or leads and have a whole synth from it. That's why samples are super cool and way more powerful.
Yeah, that's why I've been using Splice and just getting one shots from Splice and doing that.
Splice is the shit, dude. I love it.
It is, especially since you can I paid for like 3 months of it. I have a ton of credits, and then I just pause my account. And it pauses it for like 2 months, and then after 2 months it charges it, but then I just pause it again. So I never actually have to pay because I still have so many credits that I'm not using. I'm using it over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I probably have so many. Fuck. I gotta freeze my. I gotta pause my account. I probably have so many credits because I haven't used Splice and wow.
Yeah. Every time like Aaron gets a re-up every month, he like writes a whole new song just with like whatever he picks on Splice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dude, Aaron's shit's cool. His shit's getting so fucking. Have you listened to any of his new stuff?
I can't say I have. Huh?
It's wild.
What? How would you describe it?
It's like
Trip hop.
Yeah.
Trip hop. Oh, okay.
That's
my alley.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's so Aaron. It's so crazy. It's so cool.
Well, I don't know him as well as you guys do, so I don't know what that means.
It's really cool shit.
Okay.
I'll send you some. His newest song, Highway 85, is so fucking cool.
I saw the like cover image for that, and that looked really rad. Mm-hmm. Whoever did that,
Luke
I was asking him
Renaud.
about that actually when we were here last when we saw him.
Yeah, that was Luke. Our friend Luke Renaud. He's done a couple of my artworks too.
Really?
He's a great digital manipulator of photography and a photographer.
That's cool, man.
He's really good.
I've actually been getting into that lately. I've been getting into doing illustrations on Illustrator, and also using Photoshop for a lot of stuff, and I just find it really entertaining. I find it entertaining doing something that's creative that's not music.
That's how I feel.
Well, it's cool too because then you just have so many more tools in your pockets, or blah, 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 blah. So many more tools in your pocket too, and you can
Tools in your tool belt.
Yeah, well, because it's cool too because you can go and say, hey, look, I made this song, I made the artwork, I made the release plan, I made the content around it, I did everything. Like I think there's something really cool about being able to say that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. And I just, I don't know. I don't necessarily have business plans at all for it right now.
Yeah.
It's totally just something that's just fun and creative. Because with music, I'm always like creating, but I'm also thinking about, okay, how can I make money off of this? Because this is my profession, But with art, that's in terms of like illustration or Photoshop, that's not the case at all.
It's just a fun creative outlet, and it's cool to
Totally.
It's cool to not think so much about because I don't know about you, but whenever I'm playing music or listening to music, it's always listening and listening.
Super critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's but if I'm editing pictures or something, it's I'm just making something that looks cool, I'm not gonna what a time are we at there, Mark?
70 minutes.
Damn, bro. Yeah, that's I really want to get Photoshop. And start messing with that.
Yeah.
I did my art today.
Oh yeah.
Nice, dude.
Just mirroring some nuclear bomb warning signs and putting an explosion in the back. And you got cool art. And it was fun.
Warning. Is that the title of the track?
And the song goes warning.
Nice.
But it's about the bomb.
Nice.
Or bomb threats and shit.
Oh, do you have the non-plus artwork on there?
I sure do.
What's the non-plus?
Yeah, Mark did this too.
It's probably spelled with no space. That got some attention, so thank you to anyone who listened to that.
Thanks everyone who listened. That was really, really cool
That's that
to
one.
have happen. That That was nice.
Look at all
liked
these
it too.
images. I don't organize my like pictures at all.
Dude, gotta be organized.
Yeah, I do everything like music wise, but
Not pictures.
I can pull it up on
Yeah.
the cloud. But yeah,
On the cloud, bro.
the cloud of sound. Did you check out Non Plus with the beat that repeats that doesn't get old?
I don't think I've heard this. When did you guys release this? Oh, that's fucking cool.
A month ago?
Who made that?
We did.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I know that you guys made the music, but you made the artwork too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just like a picture of space and then a logo.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
I actually figured out how to create space images like that within Photoshop.
That's cool.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was insane. I'm not going to try and explain it to you guys because it's not going to go well. But yeah,
Like
it's
the
really
brushes and different kinds of like
Yeah.
colors. Okay.
cool. Yeah. The hardest part is trying to create depth within like what would be perceived as the stars.
Yeah.
Because as you can tell, some are like brighter than the others and bigger and feel like they're closer to you. That was the most difficult thing.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
That's wild. Word, guys. Anyone else have any topics they want to?
Yeah. Got anything to pitch? We need to go over the hour. We'll probably
What?
Yeah. Anyone got any stuff to plug?
no.
Any
Ryan,
plugs?
yeah.
You
Plug
can
it,
just,
bro.
All right. I'll probably be releasing some drum cover videos and just general content of me playing in general over the next like month or so. My website should be coming out, so check out Bannigan.com. Bannigrin. Like my last name, but with a grin.
Grin.
Grin,
There
Bannigan.
we go.
Sick. You bet you can make a sick logo with that if you haven't already.
Dude, I have. Well, I didn't do it. I paid for it, but it is pretty dope. It's like a snare, kind of like an evil little smirk on it.
Yeah, you have the
Or a
Instagram.
grin, if you will.
You have the Instagram profile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just at Banigrin.
Send us
on
that logo. We'll put it on the artwork for this
Yeah.
episode. Like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
I will definitely do that for sure.
Do
Dude.
that shit.
How about you, Joey?
At Joey NE on Instagram. Joey NE on Facebook. I've been posting a lot of guitar shit. I finally got some music coming out soon. I'm almost done with some shit. I'm probably gonna start releasing stuff probably in the next. I'm gonna say within the next couple weeks. I said that the last like 4 podcasts, but I'm actually my ass is on fire and I'm actually doing shit again, which is really really cool. Inducive at Inducive Music, all that stuff. We've got some really cool shit coming out. Non
Very
plus, very very soon. Very excited. Yeah, I think that's all I got. I think so. I'm also starting up doing Skype lessons and stuff, like I said. So if anyone wants to do any Skype lessons, hit me up. We'll make that happen.
And or FaceTime. You
And
got
or
the you
FaceTime.
got that Apple.
I got that Apple too.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't more people try to do FaceTime instead of Skype?
I don't know. Can you route audio through Skype or through a FaceTime?
Probably not as easily.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not as
Yeah, because on Skype you have the ability to like change the input so you can go straight from your DAW into there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dope.
But what I do is I take like all of the drum mics and just route it through there, and I have like a vocal mic that I route. So when I do Skype lessons, they can hear the quality audio from the drums and from my voice. And then the hardest part is just getting their audio and visual, you know.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing that someone needs to invent, because Skype is still like a little bit behind when you
Yeah.
hear something and you're trying to see it.
Yeah.
But trying to teach lessons on Skype is actually kind of difficult depending on their internet, you know. Because if they have shitty internet, you can't teach a lesson. It's just going to be
I know I've taken
way
a
behind.
few of them. It's always been kind of weird.
yeah.
But I had Julian Laja light me up one time.
Light you up.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
He's like, you just need to practice more. Like, what are you doing? Then just start playing more. He's like, yeah, your time's just not good, man.
Word.
Yeah.
Hey man, did you practice more after that?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Got my ass on fire. But yeah. Mark.
I got
Any
some
shows?
music I released last week. Releasing new music this week too, under Import. Yeah, it's about that. No shows or anything. Keeping the DJ vibes alive and the group, the party going.
Dude, Mark, I like how you release music so often, man. I appreciate that.
Try. I still don't think I finished nearly enough shit.
Well, it's interesting because you have like the thing between like people that write a record and they've been writing the music for fucking years, and then you also have like songs that you just write. Like, how often do you write a song and it like just comes out in a week?
Probably like once a month.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a good challenge for
this
yourself.
rap song She At came out in like a night. I
Yeah.
wrote a beat the day before and I showed Joey, I'm like, the song's sweet because it's repeating. It's like after I watched this video about songs that are really popular because of repetition.
Yeah.
And then he's like, starts rapping over it, and jokingly I'm like, no, that's the element it needs. And then we put some hooks in there with the vocals.
Yeah.
That's like two nights. And then some
And we're
songs
gonna
are months.
Finish it tonight. Yeah, like we've been working on Lonely for how long now?
Yeah, that's like I don't know, 4
And, like,
months.
how's it sound? It's about 4 to 6 months.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's why I have like a B-sides thing. And they actually all like connect because their name and like they all have, like they're more like meaningful music and they're more like musical.
Yeah.
And they're just stuff I don't like, they're not finished, but it like sounds good enough to release.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put that on Spotify once I have like 4 or 5 songs in it. I have 3 right now, so
Well, I really think that's interesting for that style of music. That's like kind of what you do. You just drop like, you know, in hip hop, it's like mixtapes or whatever that
Yeah.
would be.
Gary
considered.
V's all about that shit too, dude. He's like, put out a song every day. He's like, if you can make a song every day, put out a song every
I
day.
don't know. It's hard because you still want to release like good
yeah.
stuff, you know.
And like and like the idea is like if you're good enough to like release a song every day, like
Yeah.
release a song every day, that would be crazy. But like a song a week would be cool. I think that'd be a cool challenge.
yeah. I've done like a beat a day, not like release, but
Yeah.
it turned into like I actually looked at my old SoundCloud, it turned into like Mark Mount 3-hour songs. I'll just make something in 3 hours and put it out. But I would like maybe spend a little bit more like mixing it and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it helped me a lot with beat making.
Yeah.
But like songs.
Well, because you're under pressure.
I'm the best under pressure. I've learned that about myself.
Under pressure, pushing down on me. All right, guys.
That's right.
Thanks for coming to hang out, Ryan.
Yeah, man.
This was fun. We literally covered everything.
Nice. I didn't know what to expect. I've never been on a podcast before, so I just went with the flow. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I was excited for it.
And boom, this is your first one. We're going to be dropping this on Monday, but
Happy
Next
Monday, people.
A week
Yep.
from today.
Monday podcast.
Today's the 23rd. You'll be hearing this on the day before Halloween.
All right, motherfuckers.
Happy Halloween.
Happy
We
Halloween.
never use the I'm struggling here. The octave effect.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There it is. Alright, motherfucker. Alright, it's Duncan and friends. Yo, Duncan and friends. Peace, bitches.